Huggy Wuggy be our ally in the fifth chapter of the Poppy Playtime? We will answer this question today because most of you probably do not know that the creators gave us a direct answer. But to understand the theory presented today, let's remember the story of Huggy Huggy. Wuggy is experiment 1170 of the Bigger Bodies Initiative, is called the most obedient experiment in the factory. But not entirely. One day Huggy escaped from the factory to the forest while searching for the monster. Playtime.co lost a handful of employees. In the end, the experiment was found under someone's house. But why did Huggy go there? In my opinion, he knew this place well. It could have been his or his friend's house. Now let's go to the first chapter. When we meet Huggy there, he doesn't attack us. On the contrary, he even helps us by giving us the key. But why does he do it if he then tries to kill us? This can be interpreted in many ways. You can think that he wanted to play with his victim, but in my opinion, he did it because he was told to do so. At the end of the chapter, we open the door and Huggy Wuggy comes out, driving the player into the ventilation ducts. After a short chase, we drop a large crate on Huggy, and he falls into the abyss. Everyone thought he was dead. After all, he suffered huge injuries, but everything changed in the chapter 2, where we find blood and blue fur on the wall extending into the air ducts. And who is known to use the air ducts? Prototype, but something is clearly not sticking here. The prototype collects parts of toys for an unknown purpose, so why would he need to repair Huggy? Another argument that it was not the prototype that saved Huggy is that the Huggy is slightly repaired. Well, it's missing an arm and it's glued together with tape and sewn with ropes. It wasn't Sawyer either, because he could have done it better too, and Yarnaby is just too stupid. In my opinion, Leith Pierre did it, or some new character we don't know yet, in the third chapter about Huggy. It is very quiet until the fourth chapter where he officially returns. He is very bruised, he has no arm, and so on. At the beginning he limps calmly, but when he recognizes us as the person who almost killed him, he starts running almost on all fours and banging on the door. In my opinion, this is where the fifth chapter will begin. Huggy will enter through this door and chase us. For now, Huggy's story ends, so we can move on to the official confirmation of Huggy's alliance with the player. One of the creators of Poppy Playtime once compared the game to Star Wars. He compared Huggy to Darth Vader and the prototype for Palpatine. I will now quickly tell you who Darth Vader and Palpatine are. Vader's story begins with Anakin Skywalker, who turned to the dark side of the Force during the fight with his former master. Anakin suffered a lot, and Palpatine found his barely alive body, which doesn't fit the beginning of the theory, but the most important thing is the end of Vader's story. So Palpatine rebuilds Anakin's body, turning him into Darth Vader and starts manipulating him. After some time, Vader finds out that he has a son, Luke, who starts fighting with Emperor Luke. He begs his father for help, and he sacrifices himself by killing the Emperor. What does this mean? Huggy will sacrifice himself in Chapter 5, but who is Luke in this story? It's definitely not the player Huggy who hates us, because we almost killed him. It's not Poppy either, it's Kissy Missy. Why? We know Kissy was close to Huggy. At the end of Chapters 3 and 4, Kissy is attacked by someone, probably the prototype. We don't know what happened to her after Chapter 4, but she likely didn't survive. If Huggy finds out the prototype killed someone close to him, he'll likely defeat him by sacrificing himself, and that will likely be the end of Huggy Wuggy's story. So, will he be our ally? In my opinion, yes. What do you think? Let me know in the comments, and thanks for watching.